Alright, my favorite episodes of Eddy this time. Much more positive. And yes, I say episodes just because this is something that's not definitive for me. This is something that's always changing just simply based on my mood or the day or whatever, just randomly. Whatever episode's just randomly coming to my mind. And yeah, this is a lot of things, just like a lot of moments and funny stuff that comes to my mind, like the episode where they stay with Rolf, of course, is a classic, with all the stupid shit they do, and the burden of hospitality is too great for Rolf. Almost any episode of Wilfred will do. However, it seems like to me that there are two episodes that are always in my head. One is for just having, like, really good writing and story and atmosphere and pacing and stuff while still having its funny moments. And then the other one's just purely for comedy's sake, or I just always think of it and it's really fucking stupid and funny and I can quote it to the back of my hand. These two episodes are The Day the Ed Stood Still and Shoe Ed. The Day the Ed Stood Still is the Edzilla episode, and you know, it's just so fucking good. Like, the whole entire atmosphere of, like, Ed being this giant-ass fucking monster that you don't actually really see for a long time, too. And him chasing the kids and them being horrified of, like, what's going on and disappearing one by one and usually by really stupid means that are done by their own will, like fucking Johnny eating Chunky Puffs that he found at the junkyard. And the episode, when I just describe it like that, it sounds really dark and scary, but no, like I said, it's just like stupid shit. Like, it's all still really funny and stuff, but I just love the atmosphere on top of it. I mean, it just helps that the cul-de-sac in general just has a nice, like, fucking, like, late 90s, early 2000s childhood atmosphere to it, you know? And yeah, I'm just thinking of, like, Eddy pounding at the door and, "Help, help, don't let the monster eat me," and, like, laughing at them and, like, swaying them on and stuff to getting Ed to take them, and he takes Gertrude the chicken, too, which is a nice detail that I like. And yeah, you just see them all stuck on his wall in the basement of Chunky Puffs, and he's huge for some reason, as I put on the iceberg, and music kind of fits with that. And then, despite that, Sarah just, like, easily takes the mask off and is completely fucking oblivious of what goes on and doesn't question the kids that are stuck to the wall and just like, "Hey, mom says that you gotta come upstairs," or whatever, and it's a funny end. And then, yeah, he's, like, still teasing them, like, later on while they're hiding the kids under a bed. Nice atmosphere under the bed too, isn't it? And then Shoe Ed, this is the one where they make Johnny really annoying and they set up a scam where they have him bother people and then they pay the Eds to get rid of him. And yeah, this one's just full of really fucking stupid shit that's just so funny from beginning to the end. Like, the start of, like, Johnny harassing Kevin for no reason with, like, mindless crap and fucking with his bike, and Kevin's, like, trying to tell the Eds what's going on. He has to stop and be like, "Hey, cut it out, and if you scratch it, then I'll pound ya," and then just gets completely destroyed, and Johnny's, like, covered, and he's just like, "Hey, look, Kevin, I'm the bike pixie, catch me if you can," and then he starts biting Ed like a monster and makes Ed freak out and scream, and then there's a whole entire segment where they, like, build him to be annoying, and it's just him in a suit, and Dodie's like, "What's so annoying about a suit? My father wears a suit," and Eddy, "Exactly." And then just gluing the wooden peg to his foot, and that just being confusing. It's like, "Oh no, it's annoying," and then Double D freaking like, "Why this suit? Why these chains? Why Johnny?" He keeps on going on about the chains that they used to lower him down for dramatic presentation, I guess, and yeah, that whole entire segment's just great. And, "Hey Johnny, people really like it when you say 'why' all the time," and then poking on the head, "See, Eddy likes it," and then Jimmy and Sarah, like, fucking just sitting outside, and then Johnny starts bothering them, and Jimmy's, like, freaking out, and, "But Sarah, the swallows," and, "Oh, brother," and then Jimmy's just like, "Why doesn't he just go away?" Like, fucking Jimmy's reactions to things are just always so fucking funny to me. He's always so fucking desperate and upset sounding about it. And then, yeah, they eventually get to Rolf's, and there's the part where the Wilfreds are licking his feet, of course, but, you know, aside from that, there's always one moment in particular that I've always quoted with, like, everybody I've known, which is, like, Ed trying to take the chickens, and Double D's, like, onto him. He's like, Ed, no, and then the specific part is when Double D realizes that Ed's, like, hiding it in his mouth, and he's just like, good lord, give it some air, man! Probably the loudest I've gotten in one of these videos, and then, yeah, just, like, thinking of Rolf's hair from Johnny going like, yee-haw, into it, and, oh, anchovy paste, a fine year. Thinking of that weird-ass fucking sandwich Rolf had when Johnny first came by, and, you're full of pickles and beets today, huh, Johnny? And then the most strangely heartwarming and funny moment where Rolf is amazed from Johnny, like, poking him and stuff, and he's like, oh yes, and then he starts smacking Johnny really hard in the back of the head. He's like, and then the ending segment's really fucking memorable too also. Well, before that, they have, like, Johnny inside, like, the homemade cage thing, and it's like a wild animal, like, fucking destroying the broom and slamming Double D around it, but he's just going like, why? Why? Yee-haw! And then, eventually the animals stampede the Eds into that cage, and they're all trapped in there, and you see, like, Wilfred's ass and face sticking out and smushing into Eddy, and the whole entire thing of, like, a nickel, 2 quarters, and then cracking and having them freak out and stuff. Yeah, I don't have to go as in-depth to, like, why, like I did with the worst episode. I just simply have to gush over these and stuff, and shorter, but a lot more fun, and it was nice to talk about those, and I hope you all enjoy too, and also say what your favorites are and why, and stuff, and yeah, I'll see you all next time for whatever's next, maybe something Eddy related still. Goodbye.